Fang Barioth brought with it some really good looking armor, and although its set and skills don't necessarily change the meta too much, in the fashion hunting community, it certainly caused ripples. If you build for it correctly and match it up against the right monster, the results can be, well, now, if you grab the Polaris Bash and compare it to the Sophy Hammer, there's a pretty clear difference in which one is best. The raw difference is pretty big, and the extra affinity that the Polaris has doesn't really help it too much, because you can already reach 100% affinity on most meta sets using Sophy, and if you look at the special abilities, the Sophy Hammer can still be pushed even further. Not only that, but this Sophy Hammer is augmented for health, so even for comfortable play, the Sophy Hammer will still outdamage Polaris. And pretty much in any situation, you'll find a better set using the Sophy Hammer. With that in mind, I mean, look at this thing. It just looks too cool. So anyway, I made a few different sets, the first of which is a Kaiser set. There's two variations of this one, a cheap and an expensive version. Both are for multiplayer. Of course, they have flinch free, 20 hits of purple, and around 750 EFR. Both hit pretty hard. The only difference is that one set can go from Agitator 5 to Agitator 7. But don't worry about that too much, because the damage difference is nothing to write home about. Next is the solo version of the Kaiser set. It gains a little bit of EFR by dropping flinch free and health boost in place of a little bit more attack. Keep in mind, use this set and modify it however you like. If you prefer to play with health boost, that's completely up to you. Slot it in place for attack boost. As a side note, I didn't make a Slugger 5 set using this hammer because the hammer already has lower raw, and building for Slugger tends to lower your raw even further. I made a video on Slugger 5 sets and how to build and spec for them. Check it out here if you want to see the best Slugger 5 sets currently available in the game. The next two sets use Sophy Jiva armor. These hit the hardest. They lose a health regeneration augment on the weapon, so it's a bit less comfortable, but with 60 hits of base purple and around 800 EFR for both, these things hit like a truck. Again, you have a solo version and a multiplayer version. Feel free to mess around with the decorations however you like. Well guys, that's it for the builds in this video. Remember that it's not so much about the build, but more about the player. I have a lot more videos on the way that all dive deeper into hammer mechanics and basic weapon theory. Make sure to stick around if you want to see more. I'll see you guys on my next upload.